Space 220 is Epcot's newest restaurant. It was originally slated to open in late 2019, but due to delays and the pandemic, it actually opened in fall of 2021. The restaurant is designed to make you feel like you're dining in a space station at 220 miles above the Earth. Space 220 has a prefix menu. If you're dining during lunch, you'll be able to choose between 2 courses, and the price currently is $55 a person, or for dinner, it's 3 courses and the price is $79 per person. Children 10 and under are less. Being that it's still a fairly new restaurant, reservations are highly recommended and can be easily made through the My Disney Experience app. You'll find Space 220 located very close to the brand new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind roller coaster. Keep an eye out for a video that we're going to be putting out soon about how to get on this new ride and also the new Tron ride over at Magic Kingdom. You can check in with the hostess up to 10 minutes prior to your actual dining reservation time, and after you do so, you'll be given a boarding pass. This was kind of fun and added to the whole immersive experience. Once your boarding group is called, you'll be able to enter the Stellarvator, which is a simulated elevator experience that truly makes you feel like you're going up into space. Disney always does such a great job fully immersing you in whatever you're doing, and this restaurant is truly no exception to that. Though you're not actually leaving the ground at all, the elevator features a circular viewing screen, and then the center of the floor and the ceiling both have screens as well. Between the combination of the screens and the motion simulation, you really do feel like you're launching into space. I'm not gonna lie, I fully knew what was happening, but this still messed with my head a little bit. If you have a fear of heights, you might not want to look down during this part. After you arrive up in the space station, you find yourself with an astronaut's view of Earth. Our waitress was awesome and even took it a step further. She asked us how our trip up to space was, if we got motion sick on the way, and if we knew just how far we were from the Earth, which, as the name would suggest, we were 220 miles away. Throughout your dining experience, make sure to keep an eye on the simulated views of Earth all around you throughout the windows. You'll catch glimpses of floating astronauts, flying dogs, other space stations, an X-Wing, and there's even a lightsaber fight between 2 astronauts that you might be lucky enough to find. Once you're seated, you'll be able to look over the menu. We chose to dine at lunch, so we were able to choose 2 courses per person. You could choose an appetizer or a lift-off as they called it, and then an entree or a star course. To switch things up, I decided to order the Lightyear lemonade. It of course had freshly squeezed lemonade, but it also had butterfly PT and mint in it, and it was surprisingly really nice and refreshing. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely would order it again.
For my drink, I decided I would try the Milky Way. It was a chilled espresso with spice brown sugar syrup, caramel cream, and a Milky Way candy bar. It was actually pretty good. I would have liked it a little bit more espresso tasting, but all in all, it was very good.
I tried the Moon Rocks drink, which was coconut, blue cotton candy syrup, lemonade, moon dust, and Moon Rocks. The Moon Rocks were actually a packet of Pop Rocks, which came on the side, and I poured it into the drink. I'm usually only a water drinker, but I gotta say, I really enjoyed this drink. Not only was it tasty, but it was so much fun with the Pop Rocks. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be tart, but it wasn't at all. It was very sweet, and the Pop Rocks were just a really fun addition.
For my liftoff, I ordered the Big Bang Burrata. It came with burrata mozzarella, grilled artichoke hearts, arugula, and sunflower seed romesco. This was honestly some of the best mozzarella that I've ever had. I highly recommend that you order this. The artichoke hearts really aren't my thing, but they weren't bad, and the arugula was pretty good too. The star was definitely the burrata mozzarella. My star course was the roasted chicken breast. It came with maple glazed parsnips and carrots, potato gratin, and black truffle jus. I wish I could say that I enjoyed my entree as much as I did my appetizer, but sadly, it was a bit of a disappointment. The chicken breast itself was pretty dry and didn't have a whole lot of flavor, and the potatoes really just weren't that great. If we go back, I probably will try something different instead. I also ordered a side of the roasted fingerling potatoes, and those were amazing. The portion was really large, and the potatoes were so crispy and flavorful. They were really salty and delicious, and they made up for my disappointment in the chicken. If you want to add something onto your meal, I highly recommend that you add these roasted fingerling potatoes.
For my liftoff, I got the Centauri Caesar salad. It was a mixture of romaine lettuce, classic Caesar dressing, and a crouton crumble. I enjoy Caesar salad, so I was excited to try their version of it. Their presentation was really neat, and it would definitely be something I would try again. It was pretty much an average tasting Caesar salad, but to me that's a good thing. For my star course, I got the steak and frites. I was really excited to try this because, according to the description, the steak had a coffee space rub, and since I'm a huge fan of coffee, I couldn't wait to try it. It also came with a side of fries and broccolini. The steak was so delicious. I definitely would eat that again. It was cooked perfectly, and that coffee space rub, I don't know exactly what was in it. All I know is it was out of this world. The fries were crispy and the broccolini was tasty.
I ordered the space greens for my liftoff. It was Bibb and red leaf lettuce, radish, apples, cornbread croutons, bacon bits, and bacon vinaigrette. The three things that stood out the most for me with this salad was the cornbread croutons, the bacon vinaigrette, and the size of the lettuce. Those were honestly the biggest lettuce leaves I've ever been served. The cornbread croutons were really, really good. They had the perfect flavor of cornbread, but they somehow managed to not have it really dried out. It had the perfect crunch and was a great complement to the salad. The bacon vinaigrette just added a flavor of bacon to the whole salad, and since I love bacon, the combination of all of it was really good. I ordered the Gemini burger for my star course entree, and let me just take a second to talk about this burger. It was a signature beef blend, white cheddar cheese, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. There honestly was not anything about this burger that should have been extraordinary, but it was the best burger I've ever had. They seasoned the beef patty to perfection. It normally would come with the sriracha aioli, but I asked for it on the side because I'm not much of a sriracha fan. I asked for a different condiment so then that way the burger would not be dry, but it did not need it. All of the flavors blended so well together, and I can't talk enough about how amazing this burger was. You definitely have to order this if you go to this restaurant and you're a burger fan. I swapped out the normal fries that it came with for the truffle herb parmesan potato wedges. I was a little bit nervous because normally potato wedges to me are a little bit too thick and it makes them a little too soggy for my preference. But these, once again, did not disappoint. They were so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside, and with all the flavors combined, it was perfection.
For my liftoff, I got the space greens as well, minus the cornbread crouton. The salad had a very good flavor to it with the Honeycrisp apples, the radish, and then you had the warm bacon vinaigrette. The bacon vinaigrette was something I've never tasted before. I wish I could find more of it. For my star course, I got the Galactic Miso Salmon. The salmon came with glazed rainbow carrots, edamame, and celeriac puree. The salmon reminded me of the salmon that I tried when we were in Vegas last at Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen, which you can click the link above to watch. The salmon was very flaky, it wasn't dried out, and with all the different flavors, it just was phenomenal.
My son was able to order from the kids' star course menu. He ultimately went with the galactic salmon with mashed potatoes and broccolini. He's a huge seafood fan, and he said it was delicious. For my daughter's star course, she got the spaghetti and shrimp. Though not a traditional spaghetti, she said it was delicious. This spaghetti had sauteed shrimp, spaghetti noodles, cherry tomatoes, basil, and a garlic sauce.
After you finished your meal in the Centauri space station, it's time to head back down to Earth. Once again, you'll go back in the Stellarvator, but this time the ride is much quicker. It's really cool how the screen simulations take you all the way back down to Earth, directly into Epcot. It's kind of cool seeing the park from an aerial view. If you're wanting to add just a little bit more of that Disney magic to your day at Epcot, we highly recommend stopping by Space 220 if you're able to get a reservation. If you can't get a reservation far in advance, don't give up. A lot of times reservations will pop up at the last minute, so keep checking your app throughout the day. This is actually what we did, and we were able to snag a last minute reservation. Next up, be sure to watch our other Epcot videos to prepare for your trip, and don't forget to like this video before you go and subscribe to our channel.